Giving all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His Son, who the world knows commonly as Jesus. And a shalom to you, sincere Akim and Akwad, who serve the Most High in truth and sincerity. Shalom to you guys. And where this lesson resides is within the Proverbs. Alright, I would like to entitle the video, The Gates of Wisdom Are Closing, because that's right now what's happening. On the spiritual aspect, the gates of wisdom, they're closing. Alright, they're closing up, and we're coming ultimately into the famine of the word. You know, that's what it results in. So I want to read this in Proverbs chapter 8 and 17. It says, I love them that love me. Alright, those that seek me early shall find me. So wisdom, alright, this was wisdom speaking through Solomon. It said that those who seek me early, they shall find her. Alright, just to prove that, let me go up to verse 12. It says, I wisdom, alright, I wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I am understanding, I have strength. So, with that being said, wisdom is what you need, you know, to get through the times we're coming into. All right, one of the more common verses we bring out is Isaiah 33 and 6. All right, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. It's very true. The times that we are heading into, we're going to need wisdom. But then again, it's only for those of them who seek her early, who seek the spirit of wisdom right now. Because if you don't, it will be too late, you know? It will be too late. Because with wisdom, it tells you, verse 13 in Proverbs 8, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way. And the forward mouth do I hate. Counsel, this is the one I wanted. It's the point. Counsel is mine. Salaki says, and sound wisdom, I am understanding, I have strength. So with wisdom, she is understanding, and she has strength. You see? So we want strength in the last days, man. Because without wisdom, you don't have strength. So let me go to Proverbs chapter 24 and read verse 5. It says, a wise man is strong. Yea, a man of knowledge increases strength. Wisdom is strength. She'll strengthen us, man, within. So our spirits are firm and we're stable. We're able to do things in a manner that is wise, manner that is prudent. Because it says wisdom dwells with prudence. So we're going to be prudent in matters to the point to where we're able to think ahead instead of doing things on spot. Which, you know, you will need to do things on spot, you know, but through wisdom, everything will, go in place. So let me go to Wisdom of Solomon, verse 2 and 11. It says, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. So our strength is wisdom, you know, the spirit of the law, right? The spirit of Yahweh Shai. And in the last days, that's how we increase our strength. But let me go down to verse chapter, Salaki, verse, give me a second here, 10, right in Proverbs 24. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. So if you faint in the day of adversity, that just means you didn't have enough wisdom, right? And if you didn't have enough wisdom, you're not going to make it through, and you're not going to be able to get any more. Why is that? Because the gates of wisdom are closing. The doors of wisdom are drawing back. Let's go to Salakia. I'm going to read this in Amos. Amos 8 and 11. All right, because it's clearly, you can clearly see that yes, prophecies happening, and the famine of the word, it's on its way. YouTube taking down videos. YouTube being really looking for the word. They're not leisure. They have no leisure anymore. You know, they're really strict about what you put up, what you upload, and you know, a lot of things are being held back. All right, a lot of truth is being held back because Esau, the so-called white man, he does not want this truth to go out anymore. All right, and you know, soon enough, this famine is going to come in. Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And the words of the Lord, they are wisdom. Wisdom comes out of the mouth of the Most High. Sirach chapter 24, and I believe it's 3. I'll start at 1 to get the context. It says, wisdom shall praise herself, and shall glory in the midst of her people. In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth. Salaki, yeah, and triumph before his people. Power. I came out of the mouth of the Most High, and covered the earth as a cloud. Because we know wisdom is upon all things, you know. It tells you that in Sirach. That, you know, the wisdom, you know, wisdom is that life. So ultimately everything you see that's alive, you know, it has this portion of wisdom. Some more than others. So with this though, we know that the wisdom, the knowledge of wisdom, with the understanding and you know, everything that comes with wisdom is drawing back, man, because that day is coming to where there's going to be a famine of the word. Also knowing, you know, also you can say the famine of wisdom, to where no more wisdom, no more at all, you know. They're going to look to and fro. So let's read on. It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. So in that day, people will be looking to and fro, trying to find the words of the Most High Yahweh, all right, which came out of his mouth as wisdom, and they will not find it. All right, so let's go to Matthew chapter 25 and 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven, this is a parable of Yahweh Shai. It says in red, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. The wise took oil in their vessel with their lamps. All right. If you can give me a second, I can find this in the word, what it means to be wise. All right, because wise just goes back to wisdom. All right, to be wise is to have wisdom. That's what we need. We need to have wisdom. Give me a second. I believe it's also 15 to 24. No. Let's go to 28. Proverbs 28 and 7. It says, whoso keepeth the law is a wise son, but he that is a companion of righteous men shameth his father. So if you keep the laws, you're a wise son, because that just means you have works. Your faith, all right, you have faith through works. All right, you show your faith by your works, I mean. So, you know, the law just goes back into the whole Bible, all right? The law is the whole word. It's not just the first 5 books. All right, it's the whole word. It says in Baruch chapter 4:1, this is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endure forever. And all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So this is the book of the commandments, the book of the law of the Lord. And all that keep the words of the Lord, they will, Salakia, let me read it again. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Let's hold that. And go to Luke. All right, I think it's Luke chapter 6. If you can give me a second to turn there. Luke chapter 6, and let's start at 46. It says, and why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? All right, and we know that the Lord, Yahushai, he is the word. So everything before the New Testament, all right, what they categorize as the New Testament, we know Yahushai is found throughout all the word. And to find that, we'll read it in Psalms. All right, because Yahushai is mentioned in the Old Testament. Yahushai, in the spirit, he's in the Old Testament. So, what's categorized as the Old Testament. So let's go to Psalms 40:7. All right, because you have Christians who go to theology school. They believe they're learned in the Bible, but they just can't get the spirit of the book. Though they can study word for word, if the spirit's not with you, if the Lord doesn't give you wisdom, which we will actually read that, then you will not understand. Because then again, Yahushai as well, he didn't come. His mission wasn't to save everybody. It was to save a select few people, an exclusive number. Or was that precept? Salakia. You have to go back to that. I believe it's John chapter 6. 6 and 44. It might be 8 and 44. Alright. Yeah, 6 and 44. We'll read that in a second. Alright. Where we left off was in Psalms chapter 40:7. It says, then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. So, Yahushai, he comes in the volume of the book, and it's written of him. All right? And, so these are his words. All right? If you love Yahushai, if you love Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, it tells you that you would keep his commandments. So, let's go back to Luke chapter 6 and 47. Whoso cometh to me and heareth my sayings, which is the whole commandment, the command. This is the book of the commandments, and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built an house and digged deep, and laid the foundation on a rock. When the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon the house, and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. And that goes to show you, that is Isaiah 33:6 in full effect right there. You are stable. A house that's not moved is what? Stable. We'll look up the definition, but you know what stable means. Let's read on. It says, verse 49, but he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built an house upon the earth. And in a different account, it said sand. Which sand isn't something that you should build a house on. Anything that you plan to, be stable. Against which the stream did beat vehemently, all right, the flood, and it fell immediately. It fell, and the ruins of that house was great. So if you don't have the wisdom, the sayings of Yahushai, Yahweh, all right, ultimately Yahweh, the Most High, because Yahweh comes in the name of Shalak Yahushai. He came to fulfill what the Father had said, so ultimately this is all of Yahweh, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Yahweh in the name of Yahushai. All right. So if you have wisdom right now, that means you're strong. And that goes back to Proverbs 24. All right, how we read that a wise man is strong, right? And that's why we're reading about the wise virgins too, right? So we want to be able to be a house founded upon the rock, all right, founded upon the correct foundation, which is Yahweh Shai. So let's go to also, before we get back into what we were reading, let's go to Salak. We'll go ahead and read Matthew 25. Right, Matthew 25 and 2. The 5 were wise, and we know wise means to keep the commandments. The commandments is the book of the law, which is the whole word, including the Apocrypha. All right, we have the whole word, all 80 books, 81, if you include, Jeremiah, that's combining with Baruch. But anyway, all the word, man. Old Testament, Apocrypha, New Testament, whatever category it goes by, however it's numbered. Hey, look, it's the word, all right? It's the word, and if you follow it, he said that you're wise. And the 5 were foolish. So 5 were foolish. To be foolish is the opposite of wise, meaning you weren't following, all right? Let's go to verse 3. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, and go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourself. Gone. We see, so there was 5 who were not ready. They didn't have the wisdom. Right? They didn't have enough, at least, to survive. Because going back to Proverbs, all right, so we can refresh the memory. Proverbs chapter 24 and 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Strength is wisdom. That means you had a small amount of wisdom, a small amount of that oil. And if you fall, that's just because you had a small amount of oil. All right? So you want to be strong through wisdom, all right? Doing what the word says. All right? So let's read on. It says, And while they went to buy, this is verse 10, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. And there it is, man. The doors of wisdom are closing. So when Yahweh Shai, he shuts that door, you're out. You're out. All right, you had a small amount of wisdom, or you just didn't have any at all. You were foolish. All right, but we know, because I wanted to explain that also Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, he didn't want everybody to have wisdom. He didn't want everybody to have this wisdom. That's why a lot of people run around to and fro, not understanding a damn thing. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, having none of it. All right, but that's because John 6:44 is in effect. No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of God, every man therefore that hath heard, all right, and hath learned of the Father cometh unto me. Not that any man hath seen the Father, save he which is of God. He hath seen the Father. So Yahweh, you cannot get the truth if you're not of that number. If Yahweh Shai didn't see you adequate, fit, or he didn't see your spirit, all right, on the book of life, you're not going to get the wisdom. But as for those of them who seek wisdom, it's just in the spirit of the Lord upon you to come and get it. Now we don't know who and who has, who's of the number. That's why we have to strive right now. We have to hope you are of the number to get the wisdom. Salaki, I want to go to Isaiah, but I forget where I wanted to go. So let's just go to Jeremiah, chapter 2 and 14. It says, verse 13, "For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water." Now, if you understand, water is a similitude for wisdom. All right, and we'll read about this in Sirach, chapter 1 and 5, when I get there. It says, "The word of God, the Most High, the word of God which came out of his mouth," right, "is a fountain of wisdom." Right there. "And all her ways are everlasting commandments." Also right there. So this is the book of the commandments. It's all linking up, The Bible doesn't contradict itself. And if you believe it does, as Christians do, well, then you're on something else, and you need to come out of it. So as for Sirach, he said that a fountain of wisdom, right? And we made our own fountains, man. Because what a fountain is, I believe it's like a well, right? We made our own cistern, a fountain, a well, a spring, all the same thing. It's a source that comes out of the earth, all right. A source with and created into the earth that produces water, all right, because of the deep that's under. All right, because he broke up, the fountain. So basically that water, and again, what I'm trying to say is the water is representative of wisdom. All right, and we made our own, which was dried up. There's no knowledge, no wisdom, no life within it. So in that, we're going to have to come out of this, whatever we do, our own ways, and come into the ways, into the water, into the life of the Most High, So we can come back to understanding. But this is the last verse I wanted to get, all right, in Isaiah chapter 55, right? Because we've made, videos, brothers made videos on the famine of the word, but we're bringing it out because it's coming, I mean, you can see it. Hey, this famine of the word, the Lord, he told us of things, man, and therefore we have to keep bringing it out because it's going to happen, man, some way or another. Isaiah 42 and 9, "But the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them." So the Lord, before this famine of the word hits, he puts it within the spirit of men, all right, to bring the word out so that others can hear, all right. So that's why brothers bring that out, all right, the famine of the word, why it's coming and how it's coming. Isaiah chapter 55 and 6. "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near." And right now, that's what the Lord said. If you find wisdom early, if you seek wisdom early, she'll make herself manifest to you. But if you choose to do your own thing and you don't really care, you think things are going to keep going, well, that's you. You can do that too and be as a foolish version. You didn't have enough wisdom. You did what you did. When it was time, the trumpet blew, and things got real. Jacob's trouble kicked off and all manner of hell broke loose. Then you wanted to go find people to give you wisdom. But as the prophecy says, you're not going to find it. And when the Lord comes back, hey, the doors are shut. You're out. You're on the other side. All right, you are on the other side. There's no coming in. It's done. You see, and this is one of the all prophecies are measured, but hey, this is the do or die for you, man. If you didn't get wisdom, well, that's just your fault. All right. Let's see here. Let's go back up to Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Right now, he's able to be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thought, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. So the Lord will, in the end, the Lord is a merciful God to his elect, and he will abundantly pardon. So if you try to find the Most High will have mercy on you, man. You know, but as for, you to make that choice, ultimately the Most High will gear you and guide you to the word if you are of the number. All right, but he said to forsake your own way. Right, he says, for my thoughts, verse 8, for my thoughts are not your thoughts. And he said to forsake your thoughts. Neither are my ways your ways, saith the Lord. Again, his ways. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my thoughts higher than your thoughts, and my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. So that's what wisdom is. The ways and thoughts of the Most High is what wisdom is. And that's why these things bring you to a kingdom. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 17, if I remember correctly. Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 17. So this is what we need, all right, wisdom. It says, Salaki, I'll even jump up to verse 14. All right? Salaki, we might even start at 12. Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 12. Wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away. Yea, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her. That's the mercy of the Lord. The Lord doesn't have to give you wisdom. He doesn't have to have the mercy to have wisdom abide in you, to go within you. He could just keep it, all right? But the Lord, all right, on a level, hey, he's merciful to give us wisdom. Now, I want to link this precept up in Sirach, chapter 39, and I believe it's 24. Yeah, 24. It says, all his ways, all right, the Most High's ways are above ours. Remember? He says, all his ways are plain unto the holy. Holy Kodash in the Hebrew means to be set apart. So that just goes back to what? The elect, the 1/3, the 144, they are apart. The Lord said they're not of this world in John chapter 17. All right, we within the holy people, there's a holy segment, a holy remnant. We're just gonna come back to the Most High. They're holy because the Lord, he sanctified them from the beginning. All right, so it says, Sirach 39 and 24, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks into the wicked. So, but as for, if the Lord sees you as wicked, it's going to be a stumbling block to you, man. That's why a lot of Jakes, they don't want the wisdom right now. They don't understand it, man. A stumbling block is an obstacle, a big wall. All right, a big wall. You can't get past. And that's exactly what the downfall of many of these people are. The Lord just blocked them off. All right? Because, that's just how it goes, man. And you can't argue. All right, the Lord chose. And that's how it works. So, let's go on. Verse 13. Wisdom of Solomon 6:13. All right, that goes back into, she preventeth them that desire her, in making herself first known unto them. So she's going to prevent you, man. If you desire wisdom, hey, look, she's going to come to you, man. Because that's, the mercy of the Most High. It says, she'll make herself known unto you. Verse 14. Whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at her doors, at his doors. You see? So, if you seek her early, you're not going to have a great travail, man. Like many of these people are. Many of these men. Let's just read it. Jeremiah chapter 30. Right, Jeremiah chapter 30 and 6, I believe. It says, Ask ye now, and see whether a man does travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces turn into paleness. Alas, that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So that goes for the remnant that will be saved out of it. But you're gonna have people that are going to be in great travail. But for those of you who get the wisdom right now before it's too late, and you want to be a wise virgin, one of those five, Salakia, then the Lord said that you will not have any great travail. So let me read it again. Verse 14, whoso seeketh me early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors. But wisdom's doors are closing, man, you know, and it will be too late, man, you know, if you don't seek her right now, if you don't want to follow right now, you just don't have any desire, well then, that's because the Lord put it as a stumbling block to you because you're not holy. Let's go on. Verse 15. To think thereof upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her. Slacky, worthy of her, showeth herself favorably unto them in the ways, and meet them in every thought. For the very true beginning of her is desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love, and love is keeping of her laws, and giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And the incorruption maketh us near unto God. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. So in other words, what the video goes into as well is the gates of the kingdom are closing, you know, for a clean entrance, you know, out of this kingdom into the next. So the gates of the kingdom are closing, man, because those, you know, to get in you have to have wisdom, right? You're invalid if you don't. But you know, it goes back to what? You having the faith, and by your faith, and you show your faith by your works, which is you keeping the law, the book of the law. All right, that's how you enter in, man. You know. So, verse 21: If your delight then be in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign evermore. So, if you want to be a king, if you want power, all right, you want to be on the contrary of the state you're in now, low, on the bottom of the totem pole. Look, the Lord, he said, seek wisdom. Right now you can seek her. Right now you can find her. But there's going to be a time, and it's very soon, to where that's gone, and everything, all the hopes that you ever could have had are gone as well. Wisdom is a spirit that is not just some random, you know, it's a virtuous spirit. Just like woman. You have whores. They're everywhere, man. Nobody wants a whore. They're literally just, you know, the only thing that kind of might look good is the vessel. The personality's jacked up. The spirit's definitely jacked up, you know. So other than that, you're looking at like a shell. All right, I'm trying to think of something. You know, it's kind of like a car. You might even think of a car, man. You know, you have a really nice car. I forget what they're called, but anyway, we'll go with like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. You know, whatever car you like. It might look nice on the outside, right? Hey, but if that car has damn 300,000 miles on it, you know, someone ran that thing through, you know, damn gassed it every time. He took, you know, every time he got in the car, he gassed that thing, you know, floored it, you know, wherever he was going, he floored it all the way to the destination, from Texas to Washington. He floored it. Look, the car is done. All right, the engine's blown. So, hey, it's like a whore, but wisdom is perfect. You know, wisdom's perfect. She's new. It tells you that. You know, these whores are old. All right, an old car. And some of these whores, they you know, they just got a rap because they put the face painting on, and all they got is makeup on, and it's just like you wrap the car. But it really shot, man. You know, what was I going for? I was going for it's a lot. Wisdom is new. You know, wisdom's not gonna fail you, man. You know, she you know, wisdom is very beautiful. All right, virtuous. You know, like that dream woman, man. Hey, let's read this in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, and let's see. Let's start at 22. 22. It says, "For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtile, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure and most subtile spirits. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is a breath of God, of the power of God, and a pure influence flowing from the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. For she is a brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of God, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages entering into holy souls, she make them friends of God and prophets." And that's wisdom. She makes you a friend of God and prophets. And it goes on to say, "For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the orders of the stars, being compared with the light she is found before it." So all the characteristics of wisdom, man, on spot, you know, clear, right? Just words, man. The words are very, you know, very descriptive. All right, very descriptive. It tells you, you know. So, you know, if you don't have wisdom, the Lord does not love you. All right, and you're not a prophet, you're not a friend of God, and you're not holy. All right. So, if you want to enter, hey, you gotta want to be, you know, like our forefathers, man. Our forefathers are prophets. So the forefathers, hey, they were called men of God. All right, Elisha. You know, Elisha was called a man of God. You know, Moses. All right, all these men. So we have to be able to follow them. You see. Let me see here. Salaki, I didn't lost my place. And verse 30, last one. For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom. Vice is corruption. Vice is darkness. Vice can be synonymous with America. All right? America is not going to prevail against wisdom. All right? Hey, that's why it tells you, Salaki, I forget the verse. But anyway, man, with that, we're going to end out here. All right, so vice will not prevail against wisdom. So this darkness is not going to prevail against light. Though darkness right now may seem as though it's the way to go and Esau has it going for himself, look, it's not gonna keep going. All right, so with that, man, the doors of wisdom are closing. All right, the doors of wisdom are closing. The doors of wisdom are closing. All right, so family, that's the family word. I want to say, all praise the Most High, Shalom.